Okay, now they can't tell us 2 years later, say, don't. Una they say, more start to they cry. You know that 2 years ago I cried. The energy why I get now to remind those when they are alive actually say they'll soon join them. Nobody be Odunga, nothing they this life. Nobody be Superman. When you do finish, you go. If you like, no build better hospital. When your time reach, before you reach London, I road you for that. Any idiot that tries to come to my comment section now to type nonsense, to want to educate me at death settles or quarrel, you'll die follow them because una be goats, voluntary slaves. Get waiting with the tech una do for you. People are just as useless as meat pie and water. And rest in peace to Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, the one president who was ready to change things. But of course, good people don't last. But this one, may go answer God wetin happen for Lekki TOLLGATE. I don't get the family members have tagged them.
Wow, say we supposed to dey cry by me. Abi Buhari don't buy. Buhari no buy for Nigeria. Person we carry our money say they bring presidential hospital. Person where we shout from January to December for 4 years to build hospital. Our own president can't go buy for. No be another government neck for London. He buy for private hospital in London. So now like this, we supposed to do national crime. When we are telling you people that you don't know who will be affected. Share all the power, security, emergency flying is over now. Tinubu otikuba ilonsin. So my Baba Jagaban, make una do the one we go favor everybody. Don't be the one we go favor una alone. Tinubu don't buy for private hospital. And the pie no concern me because pie na pie. One day we will every die na die. I've always said it. You dey go, you dey travel, they kidnap you, they pie you, na die. You dey your house, stray bullet come meet you, na die. You be president, build hospital for us, take care of the masses. You say here they pay you, then go do bone marrow transplant. They spend all the national money on you. Now you are not in power. Pie don't buy you. Me, I will not say you should rest in peace. You, me sympathize with anybody because now our money they go still take do national burial now. Buhari don't buy, and you go buy for private hospital. No be say you buy for British government hand. You see it, politicians. You see it, the power of greed and vengeance. Now they be saying this president better pass this one down. The only president will go good, na person that will build infrastructure for your country. I cannot condolence anybody. I cannot sympathize with anybody because masses too are buying every day. Some people don't buy for general. As they born some people, they don't buy. Some people need medical attention, they don't buy. So if Buhari buy, it's all well and good. At the age of 81, you know that. This is not insensitivity. This is anybody. We are all affected, no matter how big or how small you are. We are all affected in this crisis. How can a president of a country go and buy in another person's country? Donald Trump no can receive medical treatment for year. All the one where they say King Charles sick, King Charles. Wow, they not bring and come Nigeria. Now they carry you na 2-legged they go. They push us, make they carry our 2-legged they go. See somebody like me. What they would have just used an equipment to check. They want to open my brain. I reach London, then carry just equipment, check. Say, madam, you don't need a brain surgery. We can check. Now, president don't buy. She make her they cry now. Be make her enter Daura go greet them.
All right, so the news says that our former president, Muhammad Buhari, is dead. You see this country, This country is funny. The last time I checked, sometime January 31st, 2017, the news says that Buhari died. All of a sudden, they said no, that he's not dead. And they brought Buhari that is not functioning well. He was not functioning well. He was actually functioning like a robot. As a then. Do you understand? And we say, okay, bye, our. We could manage our robot Buhari. Now, allegedly, I'm beginning to suspect something. This una coalition, of a thing. I think it is because of that coalition make these people now announce the death of Buhari, the death of this Buhari. That's what I'm suspecting. Allegedly. Do you understand? Mana, see, APC now, as in, they be big politicians. Like, Tinubu na godfather for this business. You see Tinubu na God for this business. I'm telling you. Now the man might be sensing some kind of foul play, or he might be suspecting Buhari because of this coalition. Allegedly, they now chose to announce the death of Buhari. Okay, let's be watching this country. Every day, go on your camera, on your phone, make you see the latest news. In fact, the country don't turn cartoon. They watch cartoon every day. Abagwanyagu, Sumo dear. Buhari is dead. Zuzu win.
Warning to everybody, anywhere where you see my comment about Buhari, don't try to be stupid. Don't come there to come and say what about you, that is that. Shut up your mouth. Let's just mourn your own. Show you the mourn, and your papa died, mourn now, may you rest. Me when decide say I no go mourn Buhari, leave me. Idiot. How many times did you mourn the people they killed at TOLLGATE? Or you don't know that he was president then? You know how many innocent people have lost their lives because of the useless governance of these people? How can you be a president and for the trillions and trillions and trillions of budgets and money you borrowed from IMF, you could not build a standard hospital? You have to go and die in London. You don't die well. They're supposed to wipe you for that your bed. I can imagine the best of doctors that treated you, yet you died. Imagine us, we don't even get equipment where they treat. Now God they keep us. Please, mourn a peace. You idiots that are under my comment section trying to form. If I swear go for na, see it go reach una body. Asalwa de grace. Oguwa dera bijwa. Uga una de mad. Oh, I should feel sorry now. I'm seeing some blog posting slow music. It's picture you there, Chris. Sentiments and emotions will not kill Nigerians. We should suddenly celebrate a Buhari. You are all idiots, the most miserable. Please, let's just say, no wonder. For some days now, the useless garbage show. You they confess now, so now do this. Rats no enter office, now talk. Now so Buhari no go collect money for food. He was not dubious. Instead of collecting millions for food, he was eating beans and bread as president. You all idiots. And the idiots when I say we be now actually be. Maybe because you don't know say time for announcements don't reach, so you are trying to whitewash the image. So persons are coming to prevail on me to show emotions. A man that couldn't do anything. You didn't provide jobs, you didn't provide security, healthcare was zero, education zero, as to they strike every year. Protesters were killed and thrown inside river like waste product. There's nothing he was ever aware of. When the thing gets international recognition, they seek for the president's speech. He said, I was not aware. Is he aware he's dead? Somebody should tell him. Please, please, if you have fake wishes to share it and not block you. But if you can't come my doorstep now, Google help me kill you. This is the time to tag all Nigerian politicians. The time you will use to do condolence, use it to tag Tinubu, tag Wicked, tag all your governors, tag all the useless politicians that has made our life living hell, has made our youth age useless. Tag them and remind them that they will all die one day. Oh yes, I know I'm gonna die too, but the tears on my grave. Oh yes, I know I'm gonna die too, but the tears on my grave will be tears of pain, not tears of happiness. At the same UK now, they can't tell us 2 years later say don't die. Una they say more start to they cry. You know that 2 years ago I cried. The energy why I get now to remind those when they are alive actually say they'll soon join them. Nobody be Odunga, nothing they dislike. Nobody be Superman. When you do finish, you go. If you like, no build better hospital. When your time reach, before you reach London, I road you for die. Any idiot that tries to come to my comment section now to type nonsense, to want to educate me at death settles or quarrel, you'll die follow them because una be goats, voluntary slaves. Get what they take una do for you. People are just as useless as meat pie and water. Ali, rest in peace to Umaru Musa Yaradua, the one president who was ready to change things. But of course, good people don't last. For this one, they go answer God wetin happen for Lekki TOLLGATE. I don't get the family members, I for tag them.
All right. So my people, I ran into this news I'm displaying up here. I ran into this news and it piqued my interest because it's something I have sometimes given a thought. I was like, what is even the duty of the Nigerian DSS? In the midst of all this terrorism and crimes, the DSS wouldn't do anything about it. I've never really heard them be active against either preventing or going after serious crime that threaten the national security. What is their duty? So I've always asked this question within myself. Then I saw this word and it said the NIA, the NIA is National Intelligence Agency. I didn't even know we have such an agency in Nigeria. So somebody said the NIA and the DSS should be disbanded for inability to track terrorism sponsor. This statement is being accredited to retired General Williams. So when I saw the news, I was like, okay, the NIA, the DSS, what are they really doing? Because the last time I checked, the only thing I know the DSS does is they go after those that attack, that criticize politicians, as in the federal government or the government use them against individuals they tend to victimize. I just believe that the DSS used to be, or could best be described as errand boys to the government in power. So that was my definition and understanding towards them. But to be very sure of what their constitutional duties and responsibilities are, I have to do a research. So conducting that research, I discover that the duty of the DSS include safeguarding national security. Safeguarding national security. So which means they are obviously failing in that part, because they are obviously not doing that. Then again, then they said protecting high-ranking government officials and conducting investigations to threat against the state. So of all these things they've called, now the one they are mostly active is protecting high-ranking government officials. So that's the only thing we know the DSS does. So if somebody said they should be disbanded for their inability to track sponsors of terrorism, that means the person also have a valid point, because tracking, because they have of all the three responsibilities listed, the first of it was safeguarding national security. So I'm very sure that safeguarding national security should supersede protecting high government officials. So if they have failed in that number one, then I think General William has a case. What is their use when terrorists are operating in free hands in Nigeria? The DSS seems not to be there. The other one they call National Intelligence Agency, I think that's an invisible organization. You get the point? So if the DSS is truly failing, do you think they should really be disbanded? Will the federal government of Nigeria disband the DSS for failing in most of their responsibilities when they are actually their errand boys? Some people refer to them as the attack dogs to the government. So if they're actually serving their purpose, I don't think the government would disband them. But if you ask me, the DSS is not living up to responsibility as far as national security is concerned when you look at the level of insecurity in Nigeria today. So if they have to be disbanded, I'm sure the job they are currently handling can be added to that of the police. So if they cannot do their primary job, like safeguarding the security, safeguarding national security, then of what use they are? Every other thing comes. See, the nation first. The nation first. So if the DSS cannot protect national security, then of what use are they to us? You are protecting the high-ranking government officials in Abuja that is already protected by all other agencies. Why you leave national security to who? To me? Of course, that's a failure on their part. So if you subscribe to this move by retired General William, let me see your comments.
You see how Nigerians are reacting because of this BUHARI's death. To tell you that this man did not die today, and people are not even happy, about this man because of LEKKI TOLLGATE massacre, that is Sars, which happened under this man's regime, where innocent youths were massacred. And not just that alone, it was under this man's regime that they conducted Operation Python Dance in Umuahia that killed many Igbo, almost up to 3,000 Igbo youths, in the name of hunting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same court in Nigeria asked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go back home and start coming to court from his hometown. But BUHARI and his cohorts orchestrated to buy this man. Unfortunately for him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu survived. Do you see that? So now, there is this news which has been circulating online. This is coming from one man known as Eric Joyce. Eric Joyce posted on 19th of May 2017 around 14:08, which happens to be 8 minutes after 2 in the afternoon. The man said, "Very sad to learn and hear of the death of President BUHARI, whom I campaigned for. touch with his wife Aisha Buhari and family Ash Buhari. The man still posted around 20:02, which happens to be 2 minutes after 8 in the night. The same Eric Joyce posted on 19/05/2017 said the president of one of the world's largest and most sensitive countries died in London today. In our main news bulletins, not a word. Ash Buhari. It shows that Buhari died on the 19th of May 2017. And why is Nigerian government and the former spokesperson to the ex-president of the country announcing that Buhari died? And we are now seeing videos of different, let's say, different burial ceremony being circulated by these northern Ariwa people, putting rest in peace, showing when Aisha was giving last respect to her late husband. Though the question is, even if Buhari died yesterday, when did they do the testimony? The ceremony. We equally hear that Tinubu ordered his VP, Zona Shetima, to travel to London and escort Buhari's dead body back to Nigeria for proper befitting burial. And we're already seeing videos circulating all over the social media spaces of Buhari's burial. The question now is, did Buhari actually died in 2025, or was he dead already? And they deem it is necessary to announce his death this year. Anyway, Nigeria has officially announced that the Buhari is dead. Remember that story of rats, which was said to have attacked Aso Rock in Abuja. Nnamdi Kanu clearly stated it was a trick to rebuild the door to get the fingerprint matched with a new imposter that Nnamdi Kanu called Jubri of Sudan. So evidence are coming up gradually. Buhari is announced dead today. Who are these people deceiving? Are they deceiving we Nigerians, or they're deceiving themselves? Nnamdi Kanu saw everything. He came to Radio Biafra and told everyone, and even gave clue where Buhari died. He said Buhari was buried in Saudi Arabia and the wife attended the burial in 2017. To tell you by now, Buhari self don't turn to sand kpata. Now in they announce say Buhari don't buy for this 2025. But see wey im body don't, maggot don't rot everything, finish for a very long time. They want to officially do a burial for Buhari in Nigeria, and they have now announced his death. These people are playing tricks. Honestly, they are really playing a lot of tricks. Okay, now since this man Garba Shehu said that they deceive Nigerians, what exactly is going on? The time that people told us that snakes swallowed how many billions in Nigeria Aso Rock, we want to know what is the secret behind that particular story. You see how our so-called politicians are twisting things, because we Nigerians are very foolish. Because if it happen that we are wise enough in Nigeria, I don't think that the so-called Nigerian politicians will be, joking with our manners. Yes, I don't think so. They will never be joking with. They will never joke with us. Imagine you can come out and twist a story, and the whole millions of Nigerians will believe in that particular fake story. And when Nnamdi Kanu exposed this thing, many useless people refuse to adapt to what Nnamdi Kanu said, because he is an Igbo man, because it's coming from an Igbo man's mouth, not from them. And not just Nnamdi Kanu alone. White men equally said this. You see what is going on, So when Nnamdi Kanu made that particular exposition, that after Buhari's death, the Nigerian president, made up of cabals in the north, hired somebody from South Sudan, a young boy of about 50 years old, and gave him a mask designed like Buhari's face to wear. Then they started training his vocals. During this period of vocal training in the UK, visitors were being sent to him in the hospital from Nigeria. While the visitors will be talking to him, he doesn't respond. The only thing he does is smiling at his visitors' ignorance. After everything, they package him and set him into Aso Rock as the real president of Nigeria. If you guys can remember vividly, that Buhari letter, he was not talking. He was only waving, doing gestures. What were you thinking? Nnamdi Kanu keep exposing, but people fail to believe Nnamdi Kanu because he is an Igbo man. Because he's looking for secession. He want his people to be on their own. He's advocating for Biafra referendum. You see? That is why people fail to believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So when this imposter arrived at the presidential villa, the doors were locked with the late Buhari's fingerprint and so on. So the new imposter was locked out of the villa for almost 2 weeks, while electronic specialists were dismantling the fingerprinted doors to erase the late Buhari's signatures. They later told us that rat has eaten important documents in the office about a year later in 2018. Maybe while trying to recover some of their personal expenses, they told Nigerians that snake has swallowed a huge amount of money in the country, and the small money the snakes could not swallow. A monkey from nowhere stole it and ran away. That period also, government offices were catching fire with reckless abandon, destroying important documents that would lead to traces of their looting. The imposter from Sudan ruled Nigeria and was receiving a very huge amount of money as salary on monthly basis. The northern cabals and in the then Buhari's presidency never told Nigeria that their president is dead though, and their reason was that they did not want a Yoruba man that who happens to be Osibanjo, which is the vice president to Buhari, to automatically take over the mantle of leadership of the tenor that belongs to the north. They valued power than integrity. Tinubu was aware of the late Buhari's demise, but he did not talk about it, because if he had talked, his Yoruba brother Yemi Osibanjo, who was then the vice president, will become the acting president, and that will affect Tinubu's chances of becoming the president of Nigeria in that 2023 general elections. You see, that is why El-Rufai and other northerners supported Tinubu immensely to become the president of the country, and that is why the former INEC chairman, they did everything they could to ensure that Tinubu become the president of the country. And their purpose is that they think that as Tinubu is doing shaky, that Tinubu will pay at any time soon. Unfortunately for them, Tinubu don't stay for 2 years for office. Still counting. Nothing don't happen. Now everything is really getting clearer. To those who doubted that an imposter was imposed on Nigerians when Nnamdi Kanu was shouting it at the top of his voices, current news has it that former Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari is receiving treatments 2 days ago in foreign hospital. Before you know it, they will tell us, they now come out to tell us that Buhari is dead. After a while, they are now coming to tell Nigerians, oh God, may God help us. They are now saying they are going straight to bury Buhari. Oh my goodness. Many people will mourn and international bodies will sympathize with Nigeria over the death and burial of a sculpture that never lived though, who has been buried for a very long time since 2017 in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia. And now they still want Nigerians to mourn. I'm happy that some people like Mama P, people like Adetuno, and other well-meaning Nigerians knew too well that this man has died years back. And they say that may that man rest in pieces. The blood of innocent Nigerians that got spared in that LEKKI TOLLGATE during SARS, they will never allow Buhari to rest in peace. Even that your spirit no go rest, you never have peace in that in your spiritual realm. Your spirits go rest in pieces. As you make people pie for inside Nigeria during your regime, both in your military regime and in your civilian rule, may you pie in pieces for your spiritual regime. Buhari, Nigeria is just a very big joke. You see why other African countries they laugh at us? We they thought it be giant of Africa, my foot. We know wise enough. We only wise where other countries they. We know wise really for where our own country they. See as they maneuver us, they do us anyhow. Yet we never wise. Who do us this kind of thing? Nigerians make una wake up. Wake up, Nigeria. Say make a lot of say make una wake up. Time waits for nobody. They are preparing now that Buhari has died this 2025, whereas Buhari have died since 17th of February, being May 2017, and 9 years after they're now coming to tell that Buhari is dead. And it's not coming from Aisha Buhari's family, it's coming from Gabashehu. Gabashehu, are you a wife to Buhari? Is a question though. Gabashehu, what type of position do you have in Buhari's life? As his family member or what? And he wasn't represented as a family member. If you people are not wise, make una wise. Gabashehu is not Buhari's family member. Since when Buhari passed in 2017, did you hear of Aisha visiting Nigeria? Aisha and his family was staying and bubbling in Saudi Arabia. They were enjoying themselves over there. You will never ask yourself, why haven't Aisha been representing in the women's wings, in the women's affairs, in the National Assembly, the national, all the things that they are doing, that women will be doing this and that. What happens to Aisha? Have you seen Aisha before representing, or let's say coming out to congratulate Yemi Osibanjo or Yemi Tinubu, I've been waiting they call am doing this thing? Where would I see Aisha? Because you know say her husband no dey again. The person wey make her leg dey grand, dey strong for politics in terms of Nigeria is no longer alive. She is already a widow. You know, get the point? And the children of late Buhari know say they are now fatherless, say they no get mouth for politics again wey Nigeria dey o. Na im make they just kukuma dey quiet. Why is it that it is Shehu Shehu, that why is it that it is him that is coming out to tell us that Buhari is in the hospital, that is critically ill? Why is it the same Shehu that is coming to announce to all that Buhari don kpai? Shehu, which kind of agenda wey una get? He still get some certain secret wey una never reveal to Nigerians. Those money wey snake abi python wey dey for that kind particular Aso Rock swallow for years back, abeg wetin happen to that money? That millions of naira una sure say na snake swallow am? We never see where snake swallow am. Na only inside Nigerian government presidential villa na im snake dey swallow money. Snake no fit swallow money wey you keep for your own private house o. We never see where snake swallow money wey dey for inside bank. Na only Nigerian presidential villa. Na only Aso Rock wey be say e dey bulletproof. For snake to enter am, una go know wetin una do before snake go enter inside that place. Una dey tell Nigerians say snake swallow huge amount of money. Fear who no fear Nigerian politicians. Anyway, make I no talk too much. I say make I contribute to wetin many Nigerians react to, because as e dey bubble, some people still dey blind. They still no wan believe say Buhari don kpai for a very long time o. Na ordinary skeleton, maybe say na all this wetin dem dey call am robot na dem dey bring to Nigeria to bury. No be the real body of Buhari. Buhari don kpai for a very long time. Westerners, white men wey Buhari kpai for their country don talk am since 2017 say Buhari don die, and we still dey believe say Buhari dey alive. May God reset una brain, my people. Anyway, wetin una gat to talk, abeg if you don't, you never subscribe. I remember one said Chidinma Clement. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the bell button so you will always get notified whenever I post our latest content. And feel free to drop your opinion in the comment section.